Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you can hear me now. I must have pushed the wrong button. I'm glad you are all here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing all right. So yeah, I'm going to answer you, Marilyn. I did it, but you couldn't hear me. So yeah, I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. Welcome, Marilyn. Welcome, Gregory. Welcome, Laura. Welcome, Louise. It's going to be a fun evening. It's going to be a fun group. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you can hear me. It's, yeah, I got the wrong one. I did do a little check before, but I didn't check the right one. Anyway, so I was saying, before you could hear me, that it's a lovely spring evening here. So if it's the same where you are, then I'm really happy you are here, that you are joining us in spite of the lovely weather. And it's really enjoyable right now. Everything is becoming green, the plants are beautiful, the winter sleep is over. It's been spring for a little while now, but it's getting it's a different part of spring. You can clearly see it's the end of the tulips. There are no more daffodils, but there are still a lot of other plants, and there are a lot of new plants coming on, so it's lovely. I hope you are all doing okay. And yeah, I hope you are doing okay. I hope you can still hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me, and let me know how you are doing. Yes, we are. Paris is really getting ready now. It's the last stretch before it's starting. The Olympic flame is on its way. Okay, let me just check something to see if chat is working okay. All right, I'm seeing how to do it. It's still a technical challenge, but that's what, what is also fun about it, live and learn. So, yeah, it should be better now. Because if there's a delay in chat and also a delay in what you can hear from me, then it's going to take ages to answer each other. So I hope it's solved, and I hope you can chat okay right now. So all right, I'm glad you're doing well, Marilyn. And I'm glad you're doing all right, Gregory, as well. And yes, we are getting ready for the Olympics. It's going to be a big thing. A lot of Paris will be blocked off. You'll need a special pass to be able to visit. So if you want to visit Paris, go before or after. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. The Olympic flame is also coming nearby, so I'm going to try to film. I'm not sure yet if I can do it, because it depends if I'm available when the flame is passing by. But if it is, then it's going to be fun to see it and to film it and to show you. So yes, I'm going to watch them, but I'm only going to watch them on TV. I'm not going there. The tickets are way too expensive to my taste. I do have people, an aunt and an uncle who are going, so I'm very curious to know how they'll like it. And yeah, it's going to be fun. But yeah, I will be following a little bit of it, but mostly on TV. So now that everybody is here and that you can hear me and that we are all together, let me show you the theme of today. So there seems to be a problem with the music, which is strange because it is there and it is from the YouTube audio library. So it should be completely okay for the... so it should be completely okay. So let me know if you can hear the music now or not. Okay, of all the technical difficulties I had so far, this has been the worst. Yeah, this time I'm not even stressed. I don't know what happened because on my on my headset it works okay, so I don't know why it's not working for the computer. So yeah, I've stopped the image. I've started it again. Please let me know if you can hear the music this time. So I've just launched a little tiny snippet. Let me know if you could hear that, if there's still... Let's not do that. Today it hasn't been raining a lot, so I'm not going to... Okay, still no music. That is so weird. All right, let me check if this is the one that works. I'm sorry, I'm going to start it again. It is April 2024. The spring is in full swing. Plants have come out of their winter sleep. It is plant fair season. So far, I have visited 2 of them. Let's start with the first one. The plant fair in Dourdan. It was fun to visit. Many different plants and flowers and fun decorations too. Looking forward to next year. Alright, so we are back. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first clip. There will be 2 more of the other plants. The other plant fair was so big that I had to do it in 2 parts. But yeah, great minds. But it is it's really impressive for, you know, a small village. I think Dourdan is a nice size to live in, but still it counts as a small village to see that there are so many participants and such a big choice of plants that you cannot necessarily find in the garden centers. Now you did see, most of you did see the garden center video that I put up a while ago, so you can see that they have a lot of choice as well. But yeah, it's a different choice of plants and flowers, and it's a wonderful thing to be visiting plant fairs, I think. Yeah. Some of the stalls you will be seeing again, because some of them were back in Saint-Jean, which was a good thing for me, because that way I got to look at the plants, decide if I wanted them or not, and then I bought them this past weekend. So yeah. So talking about the weather right now, Louise has asked Gregory what type of weather it is in in Toaster, because that's how we're supposed to pronounce the city that Gregory lives in. So Gregory is saying that it's raining on and off, and he is asking how the weather is in Mendoza. So yeah, Louise, let us know. Marilyn, Laura, let us know what the weather is like where you are as well. Here, Friday was beautiful, Saturday very rainy, and today was nice. Yes, winter. For the people who are watching and who are reading the chat, Luis is in Mendoza in Argentina. It's the southern hemisphere, so it's spring for us. It's autumn for Luis. So yeah, winter is coming. So yeah, that was the plant fair in Dourdan. I hope you can still hear me. I can see that for some weird reason the background disappeared again, but it's fine because there are still some visual elements, so at least it's not a full black screen. And here it is back again. So it's an interesting evening, technically. Anyway, so if you are curious what I bought, I'm going to show it to you right now. I hope that there was music this time. And yeah, so those are the plants that I bought. As you can see, there was one plant I forgot the name of. So I hope I'll find it back somewhere. Since I already planted them, I threw away the labels. So let me see what you've been saying. So, also, yeah, okay, there was music, good. I'm relieved. Okay, so, ooh, nice, Marilyn. Marilyn is saying she's in Pennsylvania. It was a sunny day and 26 degrees. That sounds like summer to me. Wonderful. And let me see. Okay, Laura is saying the weather changes all the time, sun, rain, and a lot of wind. So yeah. Yes, that's right. That's right, Louise. Carl from. Okay, let me just think about how to pronounce this. Carl von Linnaeus. He was a plant classifier from Sweden. So yeah, the apple thing was really cool. The thing is though that right now it's standing next to the little fig tree where the new plants are planted around, and the fig tree is having figs. So I took the apple out because I don't want to attract animals that are going to eat the apples and then start to eat the figs. I would like to have the figs for us. I know it's super selfish, but yeah. Yeah, the plant with all the triangles, it's a persicaria. I forgot which there are different kinds. I forgot which kind it is. And the thing is, actually, Laura was here with a group of friends. It's now, I think, I don't even remember if it's 1.5, 2 years ago. It's going to be 2 years soon, I think, or 3, but I think it's 2. Anyway, she brought some plants, and the persicaria was one of them, but it never made it. And then I bought another one, and that disappeared as well. So this is the 3rd try, and I hope it works. Yeah, if I put the sausage in it, it's going to be the reds, and I don't want reds here either. So yeah. I hope you can still hear me, or still I hope you can hear me again. And yeah, there goes. I think the almost 2 years. Yeah, then it was in June, so it's going to be 2 years in June. So yeah, this is persicaria number 3 in 2 years. And I hope this one is going to make it. So the fact that you are answering means that you can hear me, so that's really cool. So yeah, those are the plant adventures. And yeah, the piano. I like to have a little jazz music background, because otherwise you just hear me breathe and whatever. And there's some other sounds in the house going on. You know, we have some wood furniture that makes noise sometimes, and there's the fridge and stuff. So it makes it all sound a little bit nicer. At least I hope. So yeah. So who's ready for Saint-Jean? Saint-Jean is a big one. I cut it up in 2 pieces, so we'll have a little break in the middle. It's going to be a long one. And I'm going to try to shut off my mic. But I will be here in chat, so we can just continue to chat with each other. Please do, it's always fun to have conversations. So let me show you Saint-Jean. The second plant fair I visited was at the Saint-Jean de Beauregard Castle. Most of the park you see here is used for the fair. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that. That was part one. I think I'm telling on my favorite plants by filming so many maples and so many... I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to write it. There you go. So yeah, we were talking a little bit about how many plants there are. There's a huge variety of plants, and for the Japanese maples, yes, there were taller ones. Most of the ones that are being sold are younger subjects, so they look tiny, but some of them will stay small, other ones will become big, and there are bonsais as well. So also Louise was talking about allergies in spring, about plants and flowers, allergies about pollen allergies. That is the worst. Spring is so pretty, it's sad not to be able to enjoy it. So I hope you're doing better, Louise, every spring, and that it has gone. I think you can get desensitized to it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it for sure can be a problem. Hay fever, I think it's been called, it's called hay fever as well. Yes, I do have allergies to a lot of animals. And yeah, to most plants I'm okay. But yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of animals. Which is also why I have chickens now, because they live outside. And the thing is, I did have birds inside. I had lovebirds. And they were free flying most of the time, a lot of the time, and it was really fun. But yeah, I couldn't have birds inside anymore. So when they were gone, I didn't get any more lovebirds, and then later I got the chickens. And that is also why my dog was a schnauzer, because their skin and their hair is different from other dogs. Like some dogs are more how should I say it? When you are allergic to dogs, some dogs give more allergies than others, and schnauzers are in the category of not making someone allergic a lot. So that's why we got it. Yeah. Yeah, it happens sometimes, Louise, because there must have been plants that you're not used to, and yeah, hay fever is the worst. Hey, Sperry Miltu, I'm fine. I hope you're okay as well. I think he's fine. You're asking about Daniel from Let's Walk Around Stockholm. I didn't have any more contact since the live. And I hope he is doing well, but I think he's busy and there have been a lot of school holidays, and I think he's just taking some time off. He made a video recently about weather also not being very helpful to walk around, so I think he'll be back once the weather is nicer, as far as I could tell. So, yeah, that's all I know. But to get back to your allergy, Louise, yeah, that's really... so it woke in France. Yeah, there must have been something in the air. But I hope you're okay now. Well, now it's autumn, but I hope you don't have it anymore in spring. Yeah, so you're saying you have it softer in Argentina. You couldn't live in New York. Well, yeah, it's, I think sometimes it's about being surrounded with plants that you are used to, but I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any medical background to back it up. It's just something I've been thinking about. So yeah, I hope it gets better. So let me know if you are ready for part 2. So per email, we're talking about plant fairs. I've shown the plant fair in Dourdan, which is the village next to near where I live. And I've also been to a plant fair in Saint-Jean-de-Beauregard. There's a castle there that has a big park. And twice a year they have a plant fair there, once in autumn and once in spring. So I went to the spring edition. I went there Friday. Yeah, it's hay fever. That's right. That's what the name is. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, no, sometimes it's really dangerous. So I hope you're getting better. And that you're not suffering too much this spring. So, yes, per email. Also, we've been talking about the weather. So let me know what the weather is where you are at. You don't need to give an exact location, of course. Do keep your privacy, but, general whereabouts or country, Also, about the background disappearing, actually, I inserted a new loop, and I think it's just the end of the loop, but I cannot change it now, because if I change it now, there will be more black screen than when I leave it this way. So it will be every time the loop is over, there will be a little bit of black screen. But next time I'll use a different background. I was changing backgrounds for a summer one. And then in the end I did use this one, but it's not the same one as usual. It's a part of it. So that's what explains why the background keeps disappearing every so often. So yes, per email, let me know what the weather is like in your surroundings, and if you're coping with it, if it's harsh weather, or if you're enjoying it, if it's nice weather. I think if you are all ready, I'm going to show you the second part of the plant fair. And I hope you'll enjoy. So let's go. What a wonderful edition of the Spring Plant Fair. Hope to be back in fall. So yes, there we have it. That was the second part of the plant fair at Saint-Jean-de-Beauregard. As you can tell, there was a lot to see. There were so many stalls, and besides plants, there were so many other things as well. It was really very, very cool. So we're talking about plants a little bit in the meantime. And Sofwa joined us. Welcome in, Sofwa. Glad you are here. Hope you are doing all right. And Luis was saying that Mendoza in Argentina is rather a desert-like place, and that the plants that are there have been planted by human beings, and that's why the city looks very green. Many trees, but they don't grow there naturally. Yeah, so yeah, it's yes, that's right. A lot of handmade items, and some that were not necessarily made by the people who sold them, but still it's craftsmanship, so it's really nice. I really love this fair so much. It is really very complete. It has so many different things. I'm glad to read that you're doing well, and yeah, I'm glad you're here. And yeah, so that was really fun. It was fun to go there. Also, Spare Email said that French is no longer compulsory. He speaks, or they, I don't know if it's he or she, and it doesn't matter. They speak French, and they are saying that French is no longer a compulsory subject in the UK and GCSE. And has not been since 2004, so less younger people are learning it. Yeah, I can imagine. It's not the most easy language to learn, and also if you are not going to use it, then I understand that they are taking different subject matters. But French is interesting. It's an interesting language, and it's fun to learn, and it's useful if you go here on holidays, for example, or if you start to live here like I do. So yeah. And Louise is saying that the soil where he is good for olive trees and vineyards. Yes, we talked about vineyards earlier. The city is famous for winemaking. And so the olive trees, that's nice as well. In the south of France, of course, wine and olives go hand in hand too. It's yeah, it's a cool thing. And so here, this is happening. Like I explained, I'm using a different background loop, and every so often the Gregory is saying something that I'm not going to repeat. It will be interesting for the people who will be watching it with the chat. For the people who are watching it before the chat comes back, it's a funny joke. And maybe he's not even joking, and it's a compliment to his skills, but I'm not going to read it out loud. So yeah. Yeah, so that was fun. And of course, the last little snippet that I want to show you today is, of course, what did I buy? So it's going to be very fast. So no, of course, don't apologize. It's fun. We can have a little joke. I'm just not going to read it out loud, that's all. But jokes are fine. Jokes are necessary. It's the spice of life. So here we go with what I bought. So yeah, there you go. That is, those are the plants I got. This time I was better about the varieties because they still had their labels. It was easier to get it right. But yeah, I'm very happy. So no, it wasn't rude at all. Please, please, please don't apologize. I just didn't want to read it out loud. I think it's funny. So yeah. And all right, so yeah, those are the plants I got, and I'm really happy with it. It was a fun visit to the plant fair. It's a beautiful fair. If ever you are visiting France and you've been to Paris several times, you want to do something else, I highly recommend it. It's not super easy to get to, but it's you can do it. And yeah, it's if you are living nearby and you're seeing this, there will be another one in fall. The link of the place, the link of the castle and the link of the fair with everyone that was selling there this time is there. So you can check out the dates for the next fair if you're seeing this and you want to go. Easy to check out, and they have a lot of other events as well, so it's a fun place to go. Well, it's not as much. Thank you, Gregory. Yeah. So Marilyn is asking if I have to watch what kind of plants I buy due to the chickens. So the answer is yes and no. It depends on where I plant them. So I fenced in part of the, well, my husband did actually. So we fenced in, yes, it is Gregory, between Dourdan and Paris. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, in the fenced-in part is where the chickens live. So, you know, it won't stop foxes or stray dogs, but it will help slow them down a little bit. It buys us some extra time in case of an emergency, let's just say it that way. And it also allows for me to have some plants on the other side of the fence where they don't go, where they're not supposed to go. And so that's where I plant the plants that could be dangerous, like for example the parsley. I got the parsley that's dangerous to them. And I do have a few chickens that do eat leaves of other plants. Most of the chickens only eat grass. And so go ahead, Gregory, make a joke. And they're eating it. And some of the chickens do eat leaves. So I do have to be more careful now than I used to have to be. And yeah, let me show you. I think I showed the map in the beginning, but for the people who weren't there yet, I'll go there right now. Let's get to the map. So here we have the map. On the map you can see Dourdan. And I'll show you where Saint-Jean de Beauregard is. So here you can see Saint-Jean de Beauregard, and I'm going to check out the castle now. Here it is, and you can see this part of the garden is not used for the fair. It's very pretty as well. I made some pictures as well. I'll show you another time. I'll go there and take a walk in the park when there's nothing special going on. And so you can tell this whole part is the park. And the fair is all over the park. It's here, and it's here, and it's here. And here's the castle itself. It is here also. So yeah, it's really taking up all of the space. And it's beautiful. If you like plant fairs, and if you live in the neighborhood, or if you are visiting and you've already been to Paris and you want to see something else, I can highly recommend it. And soon there will be another one in Chantilly, which may be easier to get to, also for people who get here by train. And I'm just checking that out now. This is the castle in Chantilly. It has a huge park as well. And they also have a plant fair, and that one is coming up soon. I'll have to check out when. Let me get back to the usual background first. I'm looking it up right now. Perhaps you can hear me typing. I don't know what you can hear. It will be in May. It's on the 17th and 19th of May. Just going back so you can see it as well. So you can see the date is right here, from the 17th until the 19th of May. So if ever you're in the vicinity, then I can highly recommend. It will be even bigger as this one. It's it's a wonderful plant fair. But also, if you like castles, the castle of Chantilly is very, very pretty. So if you like to visit castles and you've already been to Versailles and you want to see something else that is not too far away, I can also highly recommend the castle of Chantilly, even when there's not a plant fair, just for the castle itself and for the park. It's a beautiful place to visit. So yeah, highly recommend. So let me see what people are saying. I'm getting back to the chat. Oh, a favorite plant. Well, there are so many. At the moment, I really like, I hear you say Chez, I think in English. It's another one for Gregory. I think it's called heuchera. I heard American people pronounce it like that. And I also love Japanese maples. And I love sunflowers. And there are so many plants. Well, and tulips, of course. The last tulips are finishing flowering right now, but it was really a joy this year. They all did very well. It was, yeah. Chantilly is not a mushroom. Chantilly is whipped cream. It was, the legend goes that it was invented there for someone important. It really is. It's a beautiful place. It's one of the, yeah, I think one of the prettiest castles in the Paris area. Yeah. And I was looking up something, or I was going to say something. And now I thought, yeah, about favorite plants. A lot of different plants. So yeah, but at the moment, those plants, I'll write it again just to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. These are my favorites right now. And Japanese maples for sure. And I also love azaleas. Oh, Gregory, yeah, you got the joke the other day. Well, Iggy is popping, and I'll put a picture. I'll make a community post with a picture of Iggy. No, not about cream, about something else, but it's fine. It's all right. Moving on, moving swiftly on. Let's see. So yeah, those are plant fairs. No, we're building azalea, that's right. So yeah, no, we're building a reputation for Gregory now that he doesn't deserve. It was just one joke, and now we are building on top of the joke. I'm sure Gregory is a very wholesome and perfect person. No. Yeah. No, I really love my azalea as well. And it depends on the time of year when they are prettiest as well. Like a few weeks ago you would have asked me, I would have said tulip, and now it's heuchera again, and Japanese maple, but that's also the plant fair. And I finally got my epimedium. It's the one in the end of the little snippet of the plants I got. It's really pretty, and yeah. Yes, that's right. It was invented for an aristocrat, but I forgot the details about it. Oh, and Louise, yeah, you say that your dean was from Belgium. A lot of sellers at the plant fairs are actually from Belgium. Some are Flemish and some are French speaking, but there were a lot of Belgian participants or sellers, plant sellers. So yeah, you're right, spare email too. It had something to do with that, but I'll have to look it up. So yeah, those were my plant adventures these past weeks. It was 2 weekends in a row, and yeah, I'm really happy. I didn't plant the new ones yet. They're still in the front. I already think I know where I'm going to put them, but yeah, like Marilyn asked, I do have to think about toxicity and to think about the chickens. And another problem with the chickens is that they'll destroy plants. If there is something edible that is near it, like snails or whatever, they'll just destroy the plant to get the snail. So, you know, you have to be careful about that as well if you want your plant to survive. So there we go, I think. Oh, yes, that's right, Gregory. We have to talk about that. I'm not sure Louise knows. Maybe I mentioned it, maybe I didn't. But on a live where you were not there, Louise, Gregory was testing some Mendoza wine for us. So, yeah, so let us know, Gregory. Tell Louise what you thought about it. I think the next day you said it went down very well. And yeah, last week or 1.5 weeks ago now, no, it's 2, well, doesn't matter. Anyway, I got a bottle as well, but since I'm still under construction, my dental works are still going on. I'm waiting to be able to have some good, really good meal to have the wine with. And yeah, we're going to test it together, my husband and me, with a nice meal. We're going to make a happening out of it. No, but it was... No, we didn't taste it yet, Louise. And the tasting was in chat. Gregory was telling us how it went along from the beginning of the chat until the end. I don't know. Gregory will have to tell you that. I wasn't there. But yeah. So, you see, Louise, you have influenced us. There are 2 people now trying wine from Mendoza. Gregory has tested it, and I will as soon as constriction is done. Yeah, so yeah. No, it's cool. It's really nice to have these exchanges and to learn from each other's environments. For people who are new to the café, actually Luis is from Argentina, and he is from a winemaking region, and we've talked about that in a previous live, and that is why we were talking about Argentinian wine. Here in the neighborhood there's no really famous wine. I'm too near to Paris for that. But they are growing wine in Dourdan now, so we'll see about that. See if it's if there's enough for the whole city and if it will be a nice one. And it's going to be a surprise. But I have lived near Nantes, and the wine there is Muscat, and that's really nice with seafood. So, yeah. Yeah. Drinking wine from a boot, yeah, you have to make sure about... let's see. Okay, Louise is saying that some people are drinking wine from boots, from leather boots. So yeah, I'm not sure about the taste of that, but I'm sure if it's really hot outside, you don't really care anymore. Yeah. Where I used to work, there were some. Yeah, there was a hotel there, and the hotel had a bar, and they had boot-shaped glasses, but it was glass, not leather. And they would sell beer in a boot-shaped glass. All right, like a leather water bottle. Yeah, of course it does make sense. If water out of a leather water bottle, oh, that's a tongue breaker. If water out of a leather water bottle is okay, then wine should be as well, of course. Yeah. So yeah, there we have it. Does anyone want to say something or want to start a different subject or have some questions? Yes, I will be. That's why I'm going to wait to be perfectly okay, because I want to have some good food with it that really pairs up well. It's a strong wine. I think it's a 14-degree one. And yeah, I'm sure it's going to taste great. I'm sure, oh yeah, I am sure about the taste, but that's why I don't like to drink wine without food. For me, wine and food go together. It's funny because wine is something for a meal for me, but it wasn't before. I think it's the French influence on me. I can still drink beer, like before dinner or later in the evening, and then with just some snacks or something, but not with a meal. And I can drink like a cocktail or something without anything else if we're out, you know, for fun. But wine really goes with food for me. So that's why. But I'm sure it's going to be good. It was the only brand they had, but it was one on the more expensive side. So I think it's going to be okay, because often in those places, when you pay a decent price, you get a decent wine. Otherwise, people won't return to buy some. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one. Oh, that's interesting. Spare email 2 is saying that there is a bilingual article about the castle at Chantilly in French today. And no, they are, and Laura and Marilyn don't drink booze. They are the sensible ones. We're glad to have them to keep us in the right direction. And yeah. And Gregory is asking Louise what type of recipe we should have with the wine. And Louise is saying, sommelier, no, that is true. That is the job of a sommelier. However, sometimes, you know, it kind of makes sense, like white wine with fish and seafood, and red wine with meat like beef or game or duck. You know, there are some more or less general, and then it's also part of personal taste, of course. Laura is saying that a friend of hers showed her how to drink wine from a glass boot, and if you do it wrong, your face will be flooded. That does sound like fun. The boots at the restaurant were not that big, and it was for beer, and they had a handle on the side, so you couldn't really go wrong with it. Oh yeah, chanterelle, that's where the mix-up came from chanterelle, chantilly. Yes, that's right, chanterelle is a mushroom. And I don't eat a spare email. People here go into the forest when it's mushroom time, and they get all kinds of mushrooms and they eat them. But you really do have to know what you're doing. And since I don't, and my husband doesn't either, we don't eat them from the forest. We will buy them at the supermarket, or if friends find some and give them to us, then we'll eat those, but we're not picking our own mushrooms. It's super dangerous to go mushroom picking without knowing what you are looking for and which ones to get. You're right, Louise, they're poisonous. So yeah. For sure, Marilyn. Those are the days I don't, because I don't want it to be some kind of reward or something. It either goes with a meal or because it's a weekend day. Like today, I know I was going to have a live. Tomorrow, I don't have any obligations, but that's why I didn't drink anything. I didn't want to, you know. Since I'm talking a lot already, I didn't want to say too much nonsense. So yeah, it's definitely, you're not planning it because you're not drinking, but it's definitely a thing to think of with booze. Yes, they can. Louise is saying dogs can smell mushrooms, and there are dogs that are trained especially to find them. And pigs as well. There are pigs and dogs that are being trained to smell the mushrooms and to find, for example, truffe. I'm going to show you what truffe is. It's a mushroom that is more or less round, And it's a truffle in English, but not the chocolate ones, although I'm sure the chocolate ones are named after the mushrooms. And I have it right here, so I'm going to get to show it to you. Here we go. So yeah, these are the mushrooms that are called truffle, and these are the mushrooms that dogs and pigs are being trained to find. They can cost a fortune, and if you want to have the taste in a cheaper way, you can get them, for example, in perfumed olive oil, where there's olive oil and a little bit of truffle in it. They're super expensive. Apparently they taste nice. I've smelled them, I've seen them, and but it didn't. I'm not someone who really enjoys mushrooms anyways, and I don't really get the hype, but I'm sure to get the hype you have to know a little bit more about it. I don't know, Gregory, because I didn't want to taste them. They didn't smell good to me. Yeah, the lettuces and slugs, yeah, it happens sometimes, especially if you get organic food. So what you can do, before eating them, you can rinse them in a little bit of cold water with a few drops of vinegar in the water. It will cause the slug to let go of the leaf. And that way, if you're quick, you can get it out and save it. Otherwise, it will, unfortunately, unalive it. That's YouTube talk. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Please don't type the word. But yeah, to get rid of the slugs, a little bit of vinegar in the water where you wash your lettuce in should take care of the problem. So yeah. Trigger warning also, I've used that word. Some people, well. Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, it happens. Slugs in lettuce. And not only slugs, there's different animals as well. And the little bit of vinegar in the water helps with all of that. So they don't look like normal mushrooms. Actually, they grow underground. There are certain types of trees that they are attached to and that they can grow near to. I'm talking about the truffle mushrooms now. And that's why they look different from other mushrooms. They are underground mushrooms, and that is also why they need dogs and pigs to find them, because you have to dig a little bit to get them out of the ground. Gregory is saying that he went camping once and woke up with a slug in his mouth. That's so terrible. Yeah. Yeah. So it's horrible. Yeah. Apparently, this is a little bit disgusting also. People eat spiders when they sleep, but I can't really imagine that. I don't imagine a spider to be stupid enough to go near someone who's asleep and then decide to go inside, to be eaten somehow. I mean, I can understand them getting crushed if they want to hide, if you have like soft clothes or something. But yeah, no, the spider thing really, I don't really understand how that works. But the slug, that's something different. You probably ate unwashed lettuce then, Gregory, before going to sleep. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, that's terrible. Having a slug when you wake up. Actually, I don't. I don't like the texture. I did eat it to try, but it's not something I really enjoy, so I don't anymore. But yeah, if I go somewhere and they have it, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want it. You know, if it's with people I know. But the people I know where I would eat don't eat them either. So yeah, I'm lucky in that regard now. But the ones you can eat are here. And some people here do eat them. There's a whole process to prepare them to be eaten, but that's a different story. It's kind of disgusting. We'll keep that for Halloween, perhaps, the horror story hour or something. But no, I don't really enjoy it. I do enjoy the garlic that goes with it, everything, garlic butter, just, yeah. But the snails itself, no. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. So, spare email is saying the shop supervisor was like, that's where the sock lives? Like, you mean in the lettuce? And it occurs rarely. Yeah, I'm sure most lettuces are checked, but you know, their foliage is really tight in the middle, so it's hard to detect them all. No, I don't eat frogs, but that's how do you say it in English? Principle. Well, yeah, it's the same word. It's a question of principles. I always enjoyed frogs. When I was a child, we had a pond, and there were frogs in the pond, and I really enjoyed them and seeing them. I think if I would have grown up here, perhaps I would have, because it would have been normal to me. But since I was already at a, you know, my mind was already formed against it when I went to live here, so no, I don't eat frogs. People still do. Most of them nowadays are imported, the frog legs, which is also part of why I don't want to eat them. I don't want to contribute to that. It's the same for seafood, really. I really love the taste of seafood, but I eat less and less of it because of that. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I do eat less meat, especially now with the eggs from the chickens. Often I'll eat, for lunch I'll have omelette. I have a lot of herbs in the garden, and I'll make some nice tasty omelette, or sometimes pancakes for breakfast are also, but then, you know, it will be when I eat eggs for lunch, I don't need any meat. So, yeah. I'm not totally against meat eating yet, but I'm really, yeah, the less meat I can eat, the better it is. So, yeah. And do you, Louise, what is something, when you were in Nyon, in France, what is something your family or the people made you, well, propose you to eat, and that you liked or didn't like, something typical French that you ate? I think I read some of what you wrote, Louise. It's okay. Okay, you can write it. It's fine. I'm not really sure what here. No, yeah, no, here is really bad. So, what they give to snails before they are ready to be eaten. So, yeah. Yes, bœuf tartare. Yes. I think in Dutch it's called filet américain, but I think it's the same thing. It's raw. How would you say that in raw minced meat? And it looks like a uncooked hamburger patty. That's kind of what it is also. And sometimes there is a raw egg on top of it as well. So, yes, so I didn't dare to eat it, the raw meat. I did learn how to eat my steaks less cooked, however, and it is much nicer in taste. But the raw meat is something I never got used to. Yeah. But that also, you can write it, Louise. It's totally fine. So the question is to you, Louise. Did you like that, and was it okay? In Argentina, I know they are famous for their beef. The cattle is really... Now I have to look up what that is. Let me get back to the regular background just in case. Let me see. I'm checking out what that is right now. Yes, red meat. Yes. So Louis is saying he was served red meat in France that was raw, and he was shocked, and the cook told him that is how it was served. And it is true, that is how they serve it. It does exist. It does exist raw. So, and then Louis put it in the microwave. You know what, Louis? I agree with you, and I think I would have done the same. But yeah, right now I can eat it less cooked, but totally raw, no. That goes one step too far in my taste. So let me check what you are saying, Sperry Meal 2. Okay, that's something I didn't know. So Sperry Meal 2 is talking about Beatie, and I never heard of that. I don't know what that is. All right, it's the small stuff like... okay. I'm just going to put this through the translator because I have no clue how to translate this. So I'll be right back. Oh, it's funny. In English it's called sweetbread. It has nothing to do at all with bread. It is part of its veal, and it's part of the veal's body. And then there are other small things like let me see. I'm discovering things tonight, and I've been living here for a long time now, but this is a word I didn't know. So rooster combs. No, yeah, it's guts, not brains, but it's rooster combs and redevo. It's called sweetbread, but it's really weird as a name because it has really nothing to do. It's not sweet and it's not bread. And yeah, it's really saying they're tiny, delicate things that are part of things that you would eat with pasta or in sauces, in ragu, for example. So yeah, it can be different things actually, but yeah, some of the example are sweetbread and rooster combs. I didn't even know rooster combs were eating. Then on the other hand, if you're gonna eat meat, why not eat everything so nothing goes to waste? I think most of the brains and guts are kept for animal feed, but so it's again, we're here. It's not a Halloween horror hour yet, but it starts to sound like it. Yes, you are right, the La Viande Saignante. Yeah, they really like to eat it undercooked. In the Netherlands, we cook it far more. Yeah. In Stockholm also they cook it more, but steak tartare, that's exactly what part of the raw meat is. Yes. And I think if you ask for steak tartare à cheval, that's where you get the egg with it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure. The thing is though, you can ask. In the beginning, when I was new here and they served meat like that, you know, was way too bloody to my taste, I would just send it back. And yes, they would consider me perhaps a culture barbarian, but still, you know, you are the one who has to eat it, so you have to be okay with what you're getting. So it's totally fine to ask. However, the way they cook it here is the way that gives it the best taste. So, yeah. So I didn't know that was a thing, Luis. He says he likes cow brains with eggs. I didn't know about it, but I do know that in Argentina they do eat a lot of beef. They're really famous for their cattle, for the beef. And it's you can get it here too, beef from Argentina. And apparently it's among the best in the world because they have all this space where they free range, more or less. So yeah, I can imagine. Again, it's yeah, I think it's good to eat everything. I think it's really sad to yeah, eat an animal, but only parts of it. I mean, if it's going to be eaten, it's better to use everything. Yes, it really is famous to be the best of the world, Argentina meat, especially from cows. So yeah, so that was our little meat eater. Yeah, it is. It is some type art. But actually, since it's almost time to go to sleep here, I would actually like to get back to a different subject because it's not something I want to fall asleep with, even though it's totally fine, perfectly natural, and like I said, I think it's a good thing to use all the parts of an animal, so it's totally okay. But yeah, perhaps let's get back to plants or something other more nice. So yeah, does anyone have a little subject to close this off with? So yeah, I'm glad you are all here. It's really fun. It's been a fun evening. And Yeah. Well, the thing is, to talk about weird things, I saw something that it was a test about tomato plants, and they made them all grow at the same time, and they studied how the plants grow, and they all grew towards the light some way, and they really interacted with their environment. It was really weird to see. So yeah, the plans for the week. Well, I'm going to have some gardening to do. I have to clean up the chicken coops, and yeah, I have to be a taxi for someone, but no, it's going to be a nice week. Oh, peonies, Marilyn. Please, please, please show us. Yeah, right. Peonies are P1. That's right, Louis. And they are so beautiful. And most of them have a lovely smell as well. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. And yeah, I think one of the new chickens is the last one to start laying eggs. The other one, one of them has gone broody already, but it's normal. It's the type of chicken she is that makes it she's broody. But the other one looks like she's laying eggs. Perhaps she is already laying eggs and hiding them like the other one did last year. But I haven't found any yet. And yeah, I hope she's starting to laying eggs this week. So it's going to be a very slow week, nothing too exciting, but sometimes nothing too exciting is good also. And yeah, no big construction works this week, so I'm already happy again about that, dentist stuff. That there's no dentist stuff happening this week, so it's a little bit of a nice break. And yeah, I might be going, starting a small mosaic. Oh, and of course pottery class. Looking forward to to pottery class. And Louise is making a funny joke. I'll leave it there for the people who will be reading the chat later, so they can see it. So yeah, sometimes excitement is good. The plant show, the Saint-Jean de Beauregard, I was completely cross when I got home. My feet and back and arms were done with me. But my spirits were high up because it was a lovely experience. It's really, it was so worth it. And yeah. No, this is going to be a week of doing things. In the house, in the garden, the chicken coops, and perhaps a mosaic pottery class. So nice things. It's going to be a nice week. Okay, Laura, then I think I'm going to close it out. We're going to all go at the same time. Have a nice evening and day and week to you too, Laura and Gregory and Louise and Marilyn and Sofwa, if you're still with us as well, and spare email too, of course. Thank you all for participating. It was a fun evening again. And yeah, I'm really happy you're here, and I really like our group of people here. Thank you for being here. Have a good one. See you the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.